But kings get old and kings die. When the king dies, that means the son has to take over back then, right? So when the son takes over, the majority of princes get murdered. They get poisoned, they get killed, they out of here. I would say, I don't know the exact number, but it's way more than 50% do not successfully become a king because there are principles to becoming a king, just like there are principles to a relationship. No matter what your good intentions, your patience, and everything else, if you don't follow the rules, you're not going to have a successful relationship. So, my question to you is that if you're in a relationship and you don't get it, and then you go to another relationship and you don't get it, so maybe you're looking for a fixer over someone to be patient, or are you looking for someone to be patient?
No, you are part of the casualties.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like that's the thing. Like I think there's way too many people in this world that think that they should be in a relationship or they qualify for one. Like, and that's the reality. That's why I don't believe that there's somebody for you, there's somebody for everybody, do or whatever makes you happy. No, because there are a lot of people who will not and cannot sustain a relationship. That's the reality.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? If we're using the same analogy about, a king having a successful, I guess, what is it?
Reign,
Yeah.
Right? Versus the over 50% of the princes. This is actual someone who came from the seed of a king and still cannot, keep the kingdom afloat and are dying. That should be able to be a key indication that a lot of people, no matter what position that you're born in or what position that you're placed in, you still, if you don't know what to do or how to do it, and you keep on bouncing from, opportunity to opportunity, and you think it's going to work for you, and it's not. I saw somebody put on Threads. They said, instead of yo, I'm saying, listen, come on, guys. I saw somebody
Rico a check right now.
I saw somebody put on Threads. And I thought it was dope. Somebody put on Threads. Instead of changing your behaviors, you rather change your partner.
Yep.
That's
Now,
some shit.
you want to keep doing it, you're never gonna win.
Somebody came here and said that. One of
Yeah.
the psychology people or whatever. They
That
came here
is
and
true.
said
People would rather change their partner
They change your behavior.
Some people are satisfied.
And then you wonder why
Guys
you
don't want
lose.
accountability. Like most people can't deal with being accountable. Like you are an active participant in why most of your relationships failed.
Hell yeah.
And if you're not ready to have that conversation with yourself, you're not going to ever be able to change. So I'd rather just live in delusion and just change partner rather than
Much
change
easier.
myself.
Right.
Here's my whole thing, right? My whole thing
Change
with
Much easier, right?
and
I
go.
think that we would have probably never been on this couch talking with 8 at the table if people were like, well, I like being single. I like being, like people were just like, I don't want to be in no relationship. But when you talk to people, it's like, they're like, I want to be in a relationship. I'm just not successful. So that
Right.
means you actually want that end to be your end. Like if somebody, Aaron, if you met somebody like in the whole state of Texas, they're like, well, my plan is to go to school, go to college, buy a house, buy another house, and I'm going to live by myself my whole life. Then we have nothing to talk about if that's the majority of people. But the majority of people are like, no, I want someone. I want to build with
But
someone.
Alan, is that really the case that they really want somebody else? Because I read somewhere majority of women, a high very percentage of women only desire to be in relationships because society says that's what they're supposed to do. Majority of women would really enjoy being by themselves. They enjoy their peace. They enjoy their space. They enjoy being by themselves. But because society says, and God says, obviously, that we have to procreate and reproduce and do these things because this is what makes us a woman, that I have to find me a mate by a certain time or all hell is loose.
That's not true.
That's the
I
same
don't
thing
think so.
because,
I
like,
think-
I
I
could
think- I
let's
think-
flip. Wait, hold on. Can I run with that?
Yeah.
I think that, like,
I don't want to be by myself.
but like,
People
okay,
yearn for
but
connection,
you don't have
man,
to
nah.
be though, because I could be easily. Let's flip and be like, social pressure says a man should have one wife. Social pressures, and now everything is now
love
breaking
going with
up.
this.
Because, bro, it makes sense. My thing is like we are nobody, and I say this all the time. Alan said this. We had a whole conversation with you off camera about this, Amanda. Everybody thinks they know what they want. You was told what you want. So that's why we have a high fail rate. That's why all these things are not working. People are saying that they want a relationship. I do believe we need companionship. Yes. I do believe that, but under what guidelines? A marital concept? Or is it just shit, some people could be cool with 4 side chicks or 4
Rico,
side
this
dudes.
is
You know what I'm saying?
why blood
I have
clot
COCD.
everyone needs to mind their business, right? And don't tell other people how to live their life when it comes to their spouse, their mate, their household, their union, their tribe, whatever you want to call it. How I decide to live, what's the abnormal for you may be the norm for me. What my man tolerates, yours may not. What my
No, but
Holiday, what I'm
ultimately,
trying
people
to say
still
is
need
this.
people.
I'm sorry, Marie. That's what I'm telling you about the Machiavelli the Prince thing. When a prince gets power, he is the absolute power. Meaning, I do what I want. It's my kingdom. I could do whatever I want. Full freedom. You gotta remember a prince during that time, he could just snap his fingers and kill you. He has absolute power. And when he gets absolute power, he gets killed.
Because it absolutely corrupts.
Yeah, it corrupts you. You have no skills. But I think to go back to what I was saying earlier, I think
not you have no skills.
he got no skills. He just out there like Game of Thrones. He's out there getting poisoned and killing niggas for no reason. Fuck that twerk. But nah, real talk though. I think everybody yearns for connection, man. You want to be understood from somebody. And if you like, I got trust issues. I'm from the streets, so you already know. Like I can't just have a whole bunch of.
Don't put that on everybody.
Yeah, I want a shot to trust
So you don't.
issues.
Yeah, we got. Let's do a shot.
All right.
Let's do a shot to trust issues.
I don't know. So none of y'all got trust issues. Y'all some perfect motherfuckers.
I don't know where they came from.
2
Nah,
hours.
we gonna do a cheers to trust issues.
Yo, I love this.
Having them-
Clink, clink,
Cheers.
clink.
Clink, 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 clink. Hey.
Clink, clink, clink.
Clank, clink, clink, clink.
Clink, 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 clink.
Clink.
Hey, there you
Air
go.
clinks.
She has gummies in her shot. I should have thought of that.
You got a 2-year drink.
I was like, why is it green?
She got 2-year drink. Hey.
Your face.
She got
No,
infused
honestly,
gummies.
I didn't want to be like chewing them on camera,
So she threw
so I
them
just
in the
threw them
cup.
in the cup.
You swallowed them shits.
Well, can I have one of
In the
them?
cup still. Okay.
Not eat all of them same time.
You smacking this shit. I pay attention.
Hear it.
Yeah. There's too many of them.
Your mentality on a lot of shit though. That's good money.
Thank you.
I'm still like growing through shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't have a whole lot of healthy relationships. I had this many.
I think because I've always dated older.
Okay, so you learn from them.
Yeah, so a lot of older men have patience with me.
That's good money.
And they're like, yo, listen, whether you with me or not, baby, that ain't gonna fly with too many niggas. Or this and that. Or let me show you how to do this if you ever want to be this type of woman.
Right, that's
You
real.
know what I mean? So,
A man will pour into you if he cares. That's a fact.
yeah.
If you don't teach a woman anything that you with, either you don't know anything to teach her or you don't really give a fuck.
Right. And that's why, like, I could never stay in a
Or she don't listen.
relationship
Which is worse?
Could be-
that,
yeah.
that a man is not teaching me something or he doesn't inspire me to be creative. Like, if I'm not seeing that I'm sparking these bulbs above my
Then you're
head when I'm
bored.
around him,
Mm.
that I deplete the conversation. Like, I don't even want to entertain you. I don't even want to keep talking to you.
That's
like,
real shit,
at
yeah.
all. Like, I have a short temper for that.
That's real.
Yeah.
I'm super mental like that. So I
Because
get
I
you.
got
Oh,
your
you want
attention,
it.
Amanda.
So, I don't know what
uh,
this was.
So here's a question
want
for
me
you
to
guys,
throw it?
right?
What
I got a
about
question for you guys.
Wanted to have.
I know it sounds like a simple question, but but it's really not. There's a little
Your
complexity
little,
to
your
it.
little system you got going on.
So many yellows in
It's called
here.
root- It's called roots. Roots at the table.
right?
What
Team yellow.
controls the person you end up with? Your heart, your mind, which is your logic, or social pressures? Like, how do you end up? Because there are people that end up in great relationships. And Aaron and I were just having this debate earlier. Aaron is a very logical. She approaches relationship from a logical
She's
standpoint.
sad.
She's already married. She's
I said,
off of the topic for the
put your heart
conversation.
first. So when it comes to being like you said it a few times. You say you pour into the person, and I don't want to quote, but you might have said something like you hope they're the right person, right?
Yeah, because
What are you leading with? Are you leading with your heart? Are you leading with your mind? What are you leading with? Because men
I'm
get
gonna
caught
tell you,
up
look.
all
The
the time.
9
guidelines.
times out of 10, a man is leading with his mind first. You could date 10 people, right? And you could just magically fall for one. You gotta hope she's the right one. You can pick who you date. You don't pick who you fall for. You can just fall and be like, how the fuck I end up loving this bitch? You have no idea. It
Absolutely.
can just happen. You can fall for the wrong person and have mad options. You can choose who you date. You don't fall for who you actually have a real, genuine connection with. So you might lead with your mind first, but then your heart gets in the way and starts fucking things up.
But you control that space. Like
control it
as
until-
I've
until
got,
emotions get involved. Then like logic and emotion. I always say logic and emotion don't live in the same house.
I think
It just-
you
they
can
just
control.
don't.
You could definitely control your dynamic and who gets into that realm
Thank
of
you.
being chosen. So if
Yeah, I'm saying,
if I'm
let's say you have 10 to choose from, but you can fall for one. You got to hope.
Maybe for women, not for men. A man
that?
could have 50 girls after him morning, noon, and night. And then one day he just wakes up.
Just like one, like, how that happened?
And then it's like a trigger. Like it just
y'all
it's
are
weird.
so fucking weird.
I just say it's weird.
Some women
You
just
have
know how to
mad-
do it.
Mad chicks and be like, how'd I end up liking this one? I have no
all
idea.
your
You just fell
options
for
is with
you fall for who you fall for.
She just went like this and turned it on.
But I'm but
like,
disclaimer.
I can tell you like
Iron
on
your clothes
paper.
in the morning.
Check, check. All right, come
Disclaimer,
You just need some
disclaimer,
Wow.
because you know I come from the
I get it.
society of a wifey society, and I just think some women just know how to get chosen when they want to get chosen.